Hello, everybody. This is Gerald Salenti, and it's Thursday, April 10th, 2025. And lucky to be alive, even in these terrible times. But of course, if you're a Palestinian, you're lucky to be alive. And what's disgusting what's going on there, that there's absolutely no outrage. We'll get to that later. The slaughter of these people every day. Why, how dare you say that, Salenti? You're an anti-Semite. You kill all the Palestinians you want. Palestinian lives don't matter. Anyway, going on to the markets. Again, we're on a wild ride. Wild, wild ride. Been at this a lot of years. Never seen anything like this one before. Stocks fell on Thursday, giving back some of their gains from historic rally seen in the previous session after President Donald Trump announced a 90-day reprieve on some of his, quote, reciprocal tariffs. This is the words from CNBC. Investors worry that even with the slowest pause of some of the duties, economic activity will be slowed by Trump singling out China with a much higher rate. He's put 145% tariff now on China. It keeps going up day after day after day. So the S&P down 3.46%. NASDAQ down 4.31%. The Dow dropped over 1,000 points. And the Magnificent Seven ain't shining today. You had Apple and Tesla down 4.2% and 7.3% respectively. NVIDIA lost nearly 6%. Yep. And Meta fell almost 7%. Again, cumulative tariff rate on China, 145%. And they say that this consists of a new 125% duty on goods on top of the 20% rate levied in response to the fentanyl crisis. That's total fucking bullshit about the fentanyl crisis and blaming that, as I see it. He's putting the tariffs on it. Again, I agree with tariffs if you don't have income tax. And I want to tax the rich for what did Buffett say? That he pays more, his secretary pays a higher tax rate than he does? Yes, let's bring the 90% tariff tax rate back to the billionaires and multimillionaires. There were no billionaires back then when they had a 90% rate in the 1950s. So, yeah, tax the billionaires. Tax the fucking Gates, the Buffos, Buffett's, Buffos. All, look at these arrogant fucking pieces of shit. Oh, you look up to Musk? You look up to Gates? Could you get a freakier little shit face? Oh, yeah, how about Zuckerberg? It's bullshit. Anyway, moving on. Bitcoin is down today at 79,000 range. Here's the deal, man. And again, it's a wild card. We've been bullish on Bitcoin since 2017. So a lot of people were not bullish at that before us, but we're the same when we did it. We tell you we don't bullshit. And we've been very bullish on Bitcoin. But now gold is outshining Bitcoin. But with the crypto club in the Trump administration, you don't know where this thing's going to go. And Brent crude was down today almost 3% at $63 a barrel for Brent crude, which means that that's going to bring down gas prices, and that's going to be positive for Trump in terms of the tariffs. And again, I want to bring manufacturing back to America. That slimeball Bill Clinton gave us NAFTA, taking it out, bringing it to cheap labor, and brought China into the World Trade Organization. And again, just so you know, I'm not bullshitting you. This is the T-shirt that I got made up when Clinton was running for office in 1992. Beware a Slick Willie, an arrogant piece of fucking shit from Arkansas. Yeah, the Walmart gang brought him in, right? Maybe, huh? Oh, this is the Bill Clinton that every time he got caught with his pants down, bombs away over Baghdad. I didn't have sex with that woman, Monica Lewinsky. No, she only sucked my dick. That's not sex. No, I like dick suckers. Yeah, all right. That's who's running the fucking country. the country near you. And I want to thank the cast for sending this. I forgot the guy's name. Thank you very much. But I'll look it up. And how I feel about politicians. Hey, politicians, who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? Hey, politicians, you got it? And you can get your shirts at Trends Journal. Yep. You go to shop and you pick them up. And moving back onto the markets, want to show you the reality of what's going on. And by the way, in this week's Trends Journal, spotlight, whole section on Trump's tariffs before he made the reversal yesterday. But this is a headline from Wednesday's New York Times, just to show you the reality that you don't know what the hell is going on. Nobody does. Brushing off concerns, Trump pushes forward with his steep tariffs. Oh, he brushed off concerns. That was Tuesday. Brushed off concerns. Nobody's going to stop me. He said, I'm doing this. Facts are all there. And what he said. That was Tuesday. Wednesday, so Thursday's paper, Trump backtracks, pauses many tariffs. What are one of your wild cards, one of your top trends this year? Wild card and trump card. And we said the trump card's going to play the wild card. And the wild card is the Joker's wild. So we don't know. The wild cards are being played. I've been at this for 45 years. I never had a wild card. Never, ever. But I knew it would happen this year. Trump backtracks, pauses many tariffs. And what happens? Stocks roar back, climbing 9.5%. There's nothing like this. The NASDAQ went up 12%. So the highest jump since the dot-com era. And today they're down. So going back to Trump, I mentioned that I had lunch with his brother Robert back in 2017 over in Wassaic, which is across the river from Kingston, east of here. And he went on to tell me that when the father died, I think it was the father died in 2002, he left him over $500 million. So Trump is nothing more than a spoiled daddy's boy. And this is from Abigail Disney, the niece of Walt Disney. And this is an article, you can look it up. It came out just this week in The Guardian. Trump, is her quote, is an inheritor. He never acknowledges it, but he wouldn't have been able to do anything of the things he did without an inheritance. He absorbed the lessons of inheriting money almost unfiltered. You have this money because you're special. If you read about his childhood, it's like the textbook worst way to raise a person. You know, he was very violent. He was a bully. And he was rewarded for that, even as a very small child. And more money he had, the more he exhibited these bad qualities. And the more people told him he was wonderful. This is from the Disney era. So I got to comment her. She does some great things in peace and other things. I then mentioned something, the guy writing, she well knows that Trump's sidekick, Elon Musk, is also from a very wealthy background, having started his first business ventures with money provided by his father, and then becoming rich beyond the dreams of art. Yeah, it goes on. These are a bunch of arrogant rich boys. You got it? Trump admits he reacted to stock market plunge. On Wednesday morning, Trump urged Americans, quote, to be cool and told investors this is a great time to buy. Oh, that was Wednesday. Today was Thursday. Not a great time to buy. After the U.S. markets lost more than $1.5 trillion in capitalization the day before. I was watching the bond market. The bond market is very tricky. I was watching it. But if you look at it now, it's beautiful. But yeah, I saw last night where people were getting a little queasy. This is language. The big move wasn't what I did today. The big move was I did on Liberation Day. And his language it's beyond childish. It's ridiculous. Stocks roar back. Yep. One of the things he said, about yippee-yi-yay or something. Yep, here we go. Trump backtracks, pauses many tariffs. The president said that he decided to put a pause on the bulk of reciprocal tariffs because of growing concern about the economy. Quote, "They're getting yippy," Trump said when asked why he acted the temporary rollback. They were getting a little bit yippy and a little bit for yippy. What the fuck you talking to? Yippee. Yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay. Anyway. Record share credit card accounts descend into debt as stock market had a good day yesterday. If they look at this from Market Watch, it goes on to say that the fourth quarter, 11.12% of credit card accounts were making the minimum payment, up from 10.87%, and you have an interest rate of over 20%. That's disgusting. If the Goldman Sachs were Italian, they'd call them a mafia. If the City Card gang was Italian, they'd call it a mafia, the capital. Hey, we're the No, hey, no, we're not. This is disgusting, 20% rate. Hey, it's a crime syndicate. Shut the hell up, Salenti. Anyway, what else? China's still in crosshairs, build trade war arsenal. Very important article in the Wall Street Journal. China's going to get through this. They got 1.4 billion people. They're not going to be buying made in America, made in Europe, made in anywhere. They're going to be made in China. They don't need Gucci. They don't need Prada. They're going to have their own. They don't want Starbucks, McDonald's. They don't want any of it anymore. So you got 1.4 billion against 347 million. Who's going to win? Oh, China auto sales jumped 14%. And auto sales are going up in the United States because people are buying them now, afraid of the tariffs, which means they're going to go down. Springtime ain't but a happy time to go back up. Now, relentless innovation fuels China's electric cars. As EV startup outsells cars with internal combustion engine, about 78% of those sales are being soaked up. Just again, they're taking over. One after another. Many U.S. firms call their links to China durable. Wall Street Journal, they're not going to leave. And more articles on AI. We have a whole section on AI. Ben Davis and Joe Duran put sections in there. Forecast of AI takeover has ring of friction. What else we have here? Yep. European Union bets on AI gigafactories. Shopify, no new hires unless AI can't do the job. And the bigs keep getting bigger. KKR just bought up somebody. Republic Airways. Again, each week we have in the Trends Journal, the bigs are getting bigger, what's really going on. The business is going out of business. The jobs that are really being lost, where they're being lost. The job gains that they get in the United States are low-paying jobs, mostly in the service sector and the health sector, which pay very little money. Mostly the health sector, health services. Ripple to buy credit network, 1.3 billion, bigger and bigger. Netanyahu, now onto the disgusting COVID war, the genocide war. Netanyahu embraces Trump's vision for a Palestine evacuation of Gaza. Isn't that nice? Oh, Netanyahu, the murderer, according to the International Court of Justice, wants to bring him up on charges. but no European country or Americans will arrest them. Yeah, that one. Mass displacements is fraught. About 2/3 of Gaza's population is made up of Palestinian refugees who lost their homes during hostilities surrounding the creation of the State of Israel in 1948 and their descendants. At that time, about 700 Palestinians fled or expelled from what is now Israel in what's known by Palestinians as the Nakba, a catastrophe. They stole the fucking land and threw the people out. And these disgusting the facts are there, but you can't talk about them. Guterres scorches Israel for staunching Gaza aid. The UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres sharply criticized Israel's renewed blockade of aid to Gaza as a violation of its obligations under international law. United Nothings. The United Nations is a worthless piece of shit, but they gave us Israel. There were like 50, 60 United Nations countries back then when they made up this fucking shit. They're starving the people in front of everybody's eyes against international law. Yeah, it's against international law that they're stealing the land in the West Bank. That scumbag pricks, and I can't say the other word, called settlements. Oh, Israeli strikes Gaza City, killing 23. Day after day after day, we put the numbers in your Trends Journal. Disgusting. Thousands being killed since Israel violated the ceasefire agreement with Hamas. You ready for this? Netanyahu says Iran deal would work only if nuclear facilities are, quote, blown up. Their nuclear facilities are not making nuclear bombs. The inspectors have said they're not. But hey, Israel could have bombs. It's okay. They got nuclear bombs. And then Trump came out. I mean, it's disgusting. Trump came out and he's saying the U.S. has secret weapons. We're very powerful. This country is very powerful. It is far more powerful than people understand. We have weaponry that nobody has any idea what it is. Yeah, nobody has any idea what it is because you don't have it. And it's the most powerful weapons in the world that we have, more powerful than anybody, not even close. Hey, didn't you end the Afghan war because we were losing it when you were president? What are you talking about? Haven't won a war. And you're saying it's bullshit? Oh, China with the biggest naval fleet in the world? This is crap. And again, let's go back to the tariffs. Hey, when I'm president, besides ending the Ukraine war in 24 hours, it's a little later than that, and the war's still going on. Now they're not even talking about ending it anymore. And the Kellogg guy, was it Kellogg cereal or whatever, we're going to end it in 100 days. Oh, yeah. And when Trump got elected, he says it's going to end before I got into office. So we'll forget about that. Going back to the tariffs. Hey, when I get elected, I'm going to put a 25% tariff on Canada and Mexico. He gets elected, goes into office. I'm going to wait 2 weeks. 2 weeks come, he put the tariffs on. 3 days later, he took them off. I'm going to put them back. No, he put them back. A few days later, he took them off. I'm going to put them back. Taking them off. On and off. On and off in front of everybody's eyes. It's a wild card. A total guessing game. So what's going on with gold? Gold, again, spiked today, even as the markets went down. And the inflation numbers were lower than expected. And here are a few covers from your Trends Journal and some of your articles about gold. All right? That's this week's. Golden Prophecy. Number one safe haven asset spikes to new highs as the world keeps sinking to new lows. That was last week's. Gold prices would sizzle. Equity markets would fizzle. We told you this would happen. Trump, $5,000 an ounce at the Trump casino. Or is it Russian roulette? It's a wild game. And you look at our top trends 2024, golden year for gold. We are in a wild ride right now. I've been at this for a long time. First bought gold back in 1978 when it was around $180, $163 an ounce, I forget. Never have I seen it take off like this. It's the great concern, economically and geopolitically. Too many wild cards. And where it goes, nobody knows. But as we see it, it's only going to get much worse. Again, read your Trends Journal. We're giving you history before it happens. Grand total of $2.56 a week. And don't forget to watch the great interview I did yesterday with Judge Napolitano, Judging Freedom. Man, this cat's really on about the Constitution, how we've lost our rights. And we get this in your head, everybody. We don't have a House of Representatives. That's a kindergarten fucking word. They only represent the people that give them money, all right? They don't represent us, the plantation workers of slave land here. Thanks for tuning in. See you soon.